I want Apple to just be vicious with people. Listen, you freaking tub of lard.
Oh, man.
You haven't moved off the couch in 6 hours.
Well,
except for to walk to the fridge. I know where your fridge is at. I'll go do a push-up. Rest in peace, Jerry Springer. Just heard the news. Very, very sad to hear.
Yes.
I grew up with the mania that was Jerry Springer when it happened. Late
Me
90s, mid to late 90s, where basically every episode erupted into a brawl. At the time, we hadn't seen anything like that, at least on network television during the daytime. And I would get home, I would catch, I guess, the last 10, 20 minutes of an episode. And yeah, it was entertaining. It was a snapshot. It was a microcosm of the times.
Yep.
But yeah, rest in peace, Jerry Springer. Hit that like button if you ever got any joy or entertainment from watching that show. Do you have any Jerry Springer memories, Drew?
Just coming home from school and, I'd get in trouble from my mom for watching it. You know what I mean? It's a little bit edgy for younger kids to be watching, but it really opened my eyes early on to the possibilities within society. Absolutely. So big shout out to Jerry Springer. He was an icon of his time.
This was before, the judge shows took over everything. And, at the time, Oprah was like the biggest thing in daytime. So on one end, you had Oprah. She's making Dennis Rodman cry.
Yeah.
Then on the other end, you got, the cheating husband is crying after getting hit in the head with a chair by his rotund baby mama. So yeah, it was a pretty entertaining show to watch back in the day. Bitcoin leverage longs liquidated after brief midweek recovery above 30K. Yeah, a lot of people feeling long, and yoink. If that doesn't wreck some longs, I don't know what will. Put things in perspective, the market cap fell by roughly 49 billion from the highest point on that day. That makes the 26th of April the most volatile day in the last 7 days. Okay, so really not that crazy. Despite that, the sharp crash on the market recovered slightly. Many traders saw the recovery as a sign of demand and a possible push past the resistance range. As such, many traders in the derivative segment were convinced Bitcoin would offer a good rally. Hence, they said, let's go long, baby. This explains why Bitcoin's recent slapdown resulted in heavy liquidations. I like that. Bitcoin's slapdown report concluded that the recent failures of crypto-friendly banks have fueled debate of whether they're managing the liquidity risks of the market well. When I hear liquidity risks of the market from crypto industries, it just means, sometimes they make billion-dollar moves real quickly. Yeah. And they're probably not used to that. And, you could have a pretty big company. What's in the news today? Puma. Puma has a little NFT, Puma, historically, they're probably not moving that much money.
Right.
Hey, maybe, we got to buy some shoelaces from Thailand, they gave it to us at a good price. Here's $2 million, maybe something like that. But then imagine you do a metaverse play and then you raise 120 million in 24 hours and you're like withdrawing it to pay a thing. And all of a sudden, whoa, no, there's just a lot of money and money moves quickly in crypto. And so the banks with their legacy system takes multiple days to clear things. It's got to go there and clear this house and come here. Then, 7 days later, it's finally like concluded on some bank's balance sheet. It moves too quickly for them and they can't handle it. And it scares them. It freaks them out. Why? Because it's a better system. It's clearly a better system. And this old antiquated system can't handle it. Reminds me of, imagine trying to drive your Model T on a horse road, right? It's going to be full of potholes. You're going to be flinging feces into your face, literally. And so it's not meant for these rails. And I think we're seeing a similar situation where crypto is just moved beyond banking. It's bigger than banking. And banking, it just can't handle it. They're losers. First, by ice bags. Pentagon, we misplaced 5 trillion. Department of Homeland Security, we misplaced 85,000 children. IRS, we saw you just pay the lawn guy through Venmo. Make sure he gets a 1099. Big announcements in the world of AI from TikTok, Boston Dynamics, Replit, and Apple. I'm just going to scan through this real quickly. TikTok has new AI avatars. You can see them like kind of upgrading the faces there. Can be used once a day. So you're going to have some AI avatars. The next one, Boston Dynamics put GPT into one of their dog robots.
No.
Now can effortlessly communicate complex information to humans. Yeah, that's not scary. That is not scary at all. Replay, that's just like coding thing. And then Apple reveals plans for Quartz, AI-powered health coaching service. So, hey, get off the couch. I don't know. No, I'm going to be wading into some treacherous waters here, but dang it, I'm Deezy. I'm going to do it anyways. We're kind of in this fat acceptance movement right now. And so I wonder how genuine Apple is going to be with, no, like you are out of shape and you do need to get off the couch. I want them to get mean, not mean and like, someone's going to slit their wrist type of way, but like really motivate somebody with some pain. It got me, I was several classes. I was the shortest and fattest boy or fattest kid in my entire class. I'm talking like 8th, 9th grade. I think around 10, I started slimming up. You know what really made me want to lose a little weight? It was one of those group things where the teacher's like, all right, you're paired with this person. I think he maybe wrote the names on the board. Someone was about 5 seats behind me. Me and my buddy Chad, we were the 2 fattest kids in the class. And some girl, she's probably like some cheerleader or something. I'm in like 9th grade. And she turned to the boy next to her. He's a Chad, of course. He had like chiseled jaw. She said, who's Chad and Nick? He said, that's the 2 fat kids. Ooh. And I remember that. And you know what? That pain led me to want to make a change. And was it bullying? Sure. But did it work? Sure. And so I want Apple to just be vicious with people. Listen, you freaking tub of lard.
Oh, man.
You haven't moved off the couch in 6 hours. Well, except for to walk to the fridge. I know where your fridge is at. I'll go do a push-up.
The UK.
Can you crank the setting to that?
Do you remember the UK came out with what you're talking about because their insurance claims and their healthcare costs started to get out of control. So the doctors actually had to stop, allowing it to just precipitate and actually push back and actually realign what healthy eating habits are and things like that. So I'm here for it, man. You stay active, stay healthy. Health is wealth, man.
Health is wealth. All right. You're ready for for this video here?
Yes.
Said we're gonna watch it. This one's pretty funny, guys. All right, it's 11 seconds. Look at this cool haircut. So cool. Oh wait, he's feather. He's like making sure it doesn't look silly when she. Oh my God. Fail. That was fail. One more time. That's so bad. So Arkham, it's similar to a lot of the, you see they're analyzers of the blockchain space. So, they'll give you alerts, wallet alerts. Well, Arkham denies the alerts, the buggy Mt. Gox alerts to blame for the Bitcoin crash. So they came out with a pretty good statement saying what happened. We conducted an investigation into this alert situation. It came from an influencer, DB, and he had a screenshot where they determined were sent accurately, but he set alerts on all Bitcoin transactions above 10K with no counterparty sets and named the alerts Mt. Gox and US Gov. And so that seems to be the crux of the situation there. Now, they did say, hey, he tweeted this at 11 after the hour, and we started following at 7 after the hour. I think the tweet spreading was a positive feedback loop or a negative feedback loop. So yeah, while maybe it isn't Arkham's fault, the propagation of that information was, a big catalyst. But if you want to check it out, Arkham, this is what it looks like here. It's
got a cool
similar
layout.
to Nansen, I guess.
I just liked it for the layout. Obviously we have tons of tools and stuff like that to use, but it's pretty user friendly, and you can go specific to the address or the name.
And if you go to their actual Mt. Gox wallet tracker, you can see here that nothing has moved in years. And so it wasn't them saying Mt. Gox is moving things. It was someone labeling a wallet as Mt. Gox and U.S. government. Military drill instructor, he's yelling at you. He said there's 3 types of people. What 3 types of people, Drew?
Lead, follow, or
those
avoid.
Who get out of the way. So there's 3 types of people. Those that lead, those that follow, those that get out of the way. Well, there's a 4th group of people, and there's more every day. And I feel like this wasn't so much the case 20 years ago. I don't know if it was the case 50 years ago. I definitely don't feel like it was the case 10 years ago. And this is 4th group of people. There's more and more of them. And I blame everybody having the internet at their fingertips and anonymity. And that 4th type of person isn't someone who leads. It isn't someone that follows, and it isn't someone that gets out of the way. It's the guy that complains and gets in the way. Okay, so you could either lead and help me, you could get out of my way, or you can follow what I'm doing. But no, it's that fourth person. They're gumming up the works. They're throwing the wrench in the gears there. They're saying, oh, that's not going to work. Oh, Bitcoin's a scam. Oh, I wouldn't trust that. Oh, I wouldn't get that NFT. Oh, I wouldn't watch that channel. Oh, I'd avoid that. It's risky. That's that fourth type of person. And that's the worst type of person because they don't even have the sense to get out of the way. They're not even smart enough to follow, and they don't have it within themselves to lead. And so what do? They see other people and they try to tear them down. They have that crab bucket mentality. You don't want the crab bucket mentality. That's all that fourth person is. They're just a stupid crab in a bucket dragging down the next person because they don't want to see you succeed because they feel they can't succeed. But we all can succeed. And if you're watching this channel, damn it, you probably will succeed, especially if you keep watching it, especially if you hit that like button, especially if you are subscribed, got those notifications on. That's all we got. Easy out. Don't be that fourth person.